What on earth did I just see? Eddie Cohen, an Israeli journalist, just wrote one of the wildest tweets. It's time to recognize the state of Somaliland. Now, the real question is, how will Somaliland respond to this?
Yeah, opportunities are knocking on Somaliland's door. And this time, it's Israel, right? Stating, recognize Somaliland. Yeah, that's not random. That's power move. And Somaliland, they understand this. And they get to decide, yeah, what's in it for us? Yeah, Israel move is simple. Lock down the Red Sea, right? Somaliland's port is gold, sitting on a global trade route. Hello. And if Israel has a friend there, Somaliland, yeah, they get to have influence, leverage. Sheesh. Somaliland, they're saying what's in it for us. 30 years you've been knocking on the world's door stating, recognize us. And now, one of the most influential countries just said your name out.
السلام عليكم. وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا وما أنا من المشركين. ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري وأحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. No, we do not want recognition from an occupation that is committing a genocide, ongoing genocide, by the way. An ongoing genocide where babies are being massacred. No, this comes with a huge spiritual consequences. This would have a ramification if Somaliland approves this type of relationship with Israel. Make no mistake, it's part of the Israeli greater project. And about the way he says about the deal tells you everything you want to know about the Mossad. I am myself from Somaliland. My father was a well-known politician in Somaliland. He passed on 2016. Somaliland has recognized itself and had established an unmatched democracy globally, not only Africa, globally. A self-determination story that has never been seen in the continental of Africa, let alone the Somali coast. But nevertheless, Somaliland is still a Somali land. That's exactly what Somaliland is. It's a Somali land. And Israelis, they don't see you Somalilanders and Somalis, they see you Somalis, Muslim. I would not be extremely optimistic about this type of propaganda because that's exactly what this is. He said it's a power move. He said also Israel, the most influentially powerful. He's correct because the Zionists are running the show globally now. But Israel has lost the war spiritually, long time. So it is such a dilemma to be a Somalilander politician today. But if you are a righteous Somalilander politician who has a vision and can see the bigger picture, this is not the type of move you get excited about and jump into the conclusion of signing a deal with the devil, because that's exactly what the Zionist state is. So I would say no. No as a Somalilander. No as a Somalilander, but also no as a Somali, because that's what Somalilanders are. We are Somalis, okay? When they made such a deal, it's a deal that's on the basis, the same thing goes to UAE, who are literally a puppeteer state of Israel, because that's exactly what the UAE represents today. It represents the Zionists and the Western imperial copycat to create chaos and, unending suffering in Africa for our strategic location and minerals. So the point here is it's no, but also it's but it's also a no as a reference for the next generation. It's an absolute no that emphasizes our refusal to normalize atrocities conducted against Muslims, against Africans, against any humans, because atrocities conducted for expansion and minerals and natural wealth is the exactly same historical event repeating itself that would happen during the colonization and enslaving on Africans during the Atlantic trade slave. You have to remember, Somaliland, we were never colonized. We were protectorate of the United Kingdom. The British, they came to us. They came to us, and our sultans, one of them were my great-great-great-grandfather, told them straight out, we would die for our land. We would die honorable if you try to invade us, because you are kuffar. We do not welcome you to our land, because we were aware of what they were doing to Africans in Kenya, for example, and in all throughout Africa. And because they needed Somaliland, a strategic location for their East Indian Company, because we connect Indian Ocean to the Red Sea and through to the rest of the world. They came to us in a different tone than when they colonized Africans. They said, you will be protectorate from all type of colonization. We will protect you from fascists, because the fascist Mussolini already captured southern part of Somalia, the Italians, and also the Nazi had ambitions to expand in Africa. They were also in southern part of Africa, in Namibia. So my great-great-grandfather was one of the elders. They told them, when they said, no, we didn't come here to colonize you. We are here as a partners. We want to protect you. And they had to sign an agreement. That agreement, still, you can find it within the British Museum, signed by our elders, specifically telling them there will not be allowed a British woman to give birth on our land. There would not be intermarriage to our women. We would have relationships on the service, and you would be here as a protector, as you promised. But the day you abuse that power, we will fight to death. And they knew who Somalis were, okay? And they stick to that until the imperials would always lie. So they try to abuse their power, and the rest is history. Now we know what happened. But anyway, I tell you this clearly as a Somalilander, but also as a Somali. By approving and making it sound like such a big power move and glamorizing, don't listen to this type of mindset, because this is the type of mindset that will enslave Africans. Let me tell you, young people, you don't think only for yourself and today. You think for tomorrow and for your children. If you can't think like that, then you are a slave, literally a slave. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.